how has your perspective changed on combat sports, basically?
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I've always been disciplined in terms of sports and nutrition, but I feel like the more you know, the saying, the more you know, the more you understand that you don't know, and it's actually like this. So as long as you stay dedicated to the sport and try to learn every day, then you see the results within even months. What is what I feel. Of course, it's like with bodybuilding. If you go once or twice, you don't see anything. But if you go consistently for 100 days, and 200 days, 300 days, then you see like leaps. And yeah, that's what I'm aiming. I know that's the thing is, there's always someone who's better, obviously. And I need experience. And even if that means that I will lose the first 3 fights in Muay Thai, it is what it is. As long as I'm getting better, it's like, okay, this is a normal progression. Nobody will judge me on what happened 3 months ago. They judge me on how do I perform today.
Absolutely. And like you stepped in the ring where most people won't step in the ring.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like you've always been like a very disciplined, dedicated to everything that you've ever done. Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty consistent with your early in life. It goes back to when you were a teenager.
Well, I thought about boxing when I was 16 because I had friends that were boxing in my hometown, and it always looked cool. And I was always intimidated. We never boxed, we never fight, but it was like, oh man, he's boxing. And then I saw videos how he punched the bag and was like, damn, this is really loud. And it looks like vicious. But I never started. And then like kind of this insecurity builds up, and then you start bodybuilding because you think if you look intimidating, then nobody will want to have like kind of stress with you. And yeah, all my life I thought about starting to do martial arts, but never did. I watched the movies, of course, and it was always so cool to see the superheroes. But man, and then it was like this COVID time where I really thought deeply about it, still delayed it for a year. And then I thought, oh, okay, I have to do it. There was an opportunity. There was a gym I really liked. I tested, before I joined the gym in Germany in 2022, I tested one before and was like, man, these are like hooligans, kind of. And I don't want to go there and get smashed every day. But the other gym was more like, okay, he has a kids class, so they behave and stuff. There was a different vibe. Yeah. And that was the reason why I started even late in life. And people say, hey man, you're still young. Like,
so I think it's very hard when you're in the age and in that moment. It's hard for us to know that, hey, really, it's never too late to start.
yeah,
Because we've seen people in their 70s
yeah,
go and we know Walt Power, who's competed in the world championships in jiu-jitsu in his early 70s and didn't even start jiu-jitsu until he was 54. He's a black belt already.
Yeah.
So
that's why I like your mission, like of the Saigon Saga, to create this community, because sometimes you need people who believe in you and encourage you and say, hey, just come over, just test it, and then hey, stick to it.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks and then you will feel different.
The first time going to a Muay Thai class, the first time going to a jiu-jitsu gym, it has a different feeling because you know you're going into a room of people who are just training to beat you up.
That's a good point. I think there's this stigma around from the outside on combat sports, even grappling, where people who aren't grapplers or have ever done this type of training, they just see they're just fighting, but it's not